decay, abandoned in the cold. It's been so long since I felt alone. Welcome to the nightmare. You can't run.
Hello.
Hey, happy Friday here, guys. Sorry I'm running a little late. Just trying to clean up after dinner. We have a guest that will be coming tonight. However, he is coming from work, so as soon as he's done work, he will be here. And John T., he actually started the show with me back a year ago. A bit over a year ago.
Don't touch that.
And he will be here this tonight. He is celebrating 6 years in sobriety. Like, how awesome is that? That is so awesome. We are just having a busy weekend with some events. We have an event tomorrow for a girl that was on our show. She is an awesome girl. Well, she was. She's had a battle with breast cancer, and unfortunately, she lost that battle. And we're having an event for her tomorrow for her children that has been left behind, as people that know people that have suffered from cancer. It's very expensive when you have to go through those treatments, and the family's left behind. So we're going to be doing that after dance. Tomorrow is dance, ballet, and also jazz for Jackson. And then after that, Sunday, we will be doing Back to Livingren Day. I figured that would be easier. It's a big, gigantic flyer. So Sunday is Back to Livingren Day. The event starts at 12 o'clock noon and will go through till 3 p.m. There'll be a barbecue. There'll be raffles, 50-50. There'll be trunk or treat, so bring your Halloween costumes for the kids and a bag to collect some treats. There will be also some things for the kids to do, and also a moon bounce will be there as well. And it's just a really nice day. It's a really fun day for the kids. It's a good day for anybody that is in recovery, to see how beautiful recovery looks with a group of people that are just coming together and celebrating a beautiful day, and catching up after some people may have been in recovery for some time and are doing well. So I forgot we have another guest, Lane Herbert, flopping around in here. He's here for a minute or two. He came out with Daddy to set up. And what are you doing?
Wear him down. Gotta wear him down.
Yeah, he's
so he goes to bed.
Yeah, he's got to get to bed because we have to get up early for ballet tomorrow. I'm just sharing this out some more. So
He's full energy. I don't see him going anywhere from that.
No, and I forgot to bring the blanket to wrap him in.
Hey Liz, hey Larry.
Because it's getting chilly out there. So hopefully he can handle the walk into the house. Daddy will put a shirt on him, I guess. But no, we had a good week. Just getting ready for Back to Livingren Day. And also coming up, we have the Harvest Moon Dinner Dance. That is also coming up. I have tickets in hand. The price for the event is $35. It's dinner, dancing, DJ Happy P.
Hey now.
Will be in the house. Again, he's in the house for Back to Livingren Day as well. There will be baskets and raffles at both events. If anybody wants to donate a basket, please let me know. And yes, and there is Lane Herbert. He is. Oh, you want a high five? Okay, boom, boom, boom. So he's our little rug rat.
He looked like Chucky from Rugrats.
Yes, he's loud. This child is loud. Who is that? Is that you up there? Is that you, bud? But yeah. Is that you? Yeah. But these are really good events. They're it's just nice to see people get together and have fun. And shout out to Eddie, who just passed by my hood. Hope to see you on the show soon. And, hang out with us, catch up. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
see how things are going with you. And yeah, we're always open to guests. We do have coming up October 21st, Joe Q from Steps to Recovery will be joining us and talking, sharing his story and sharing information on Steps to Recovery. And on October 28th, we will have Barb in the house. She will be coming in. She's funny as hell. You better stop hitting me, boy. You better stop. She will be coming in on the show on the 28th, and she'll be sharing her experience, strength, and hope in her recovery. And next Friday, I'm hoping to get a parent, a spouse, a significant other as well to just talk recovery and just hang out and share their story, share their experience, share their strength and hope, and hopefully we'll get somebody in. Hopefully we're going to be working on more guests coming in now that it's getting cooler, and just get you some references out there, resources out there, and hope for singing what recovery looks like and how awesome it is just to hang out with people that are in the same situation and making really good friends. It's a great time, and there's so many events going on that is awesome. So with that being said, I have to reach out to her. I just got a resource for somebody that is very interested on coming on the show. And she is just pulling that up. I know that it came up, but I know somebody just sent me the information, so I will find it and let you know who it was. But it's really cool. It's Aunt Sandy said, say hello to Aunt Sandy Lane, Crazy Lane. But they do acupuncture, which is really cool. I know that they did it at not Back to Recovery, the Recovery Walk when it was in Penn's Landing. It's through the One Institute. It's really a really cool thing. I'm going to reach out to Laura and see if she wants to come and talk to us about acupuncture. I do know that they were doing, it's an ear treatment. They do acupuncture in the ear, and it helps to stay, focused in your recovery. It helps to slow down the cravings, what have you. So I'm looking forward to that. I will reach out to her Monday on that. So that's pretty cool. And hopefully you guys will tune in for that, because it's kind of a neat thing that, there's just different, and it's Joe O that will be here on the 21st. And just really enjoying things that are coming up in recovery. On, let me see what day it is. I think it's next Wednesday, is Dara is having an event as well, and that will be at the Lansdale Area Family YMCA, and they will have resources and such out there, and that's at 608 East Main Street, Lansdale, PA 19446. That event starts at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, October 20th. So great resources. That's Drug Addiction Resource Alliance. That's what DARA stands for. And Tony Luke will be the speaker. They will have free Narcan, free refreshments, and more surprises. Woohoo! I think I'm going to have to miss my family group that week because I think I'll be going up and doing a table up there. So, the woman that runs it is great. She's an awesome person.
That would be Judge Andrea Duffy.
Yes, which we tried getting on the show, but she takes care of her father. So, glad to see Pappy still has his moves. So, I mean, there's that. So that's a few things that are coming up. And if you want any information on it, you can find that on my page as well as just messaging me and I'll get that information out to you. But John will be here as soon as he's done his thing, and he will have his son with him. I doubt very much his son will say a peep, but you never know. He may very well want to join in. We'll see if that happens. So, just, stay tuned in. And John is a friend of ours, a longtime friend of ours, that makes recovery look very easy, very simple. But we know that it's not. And he is very fancy on his feet, let me tell you. He goes to the dances and he doesn't get off the dance floor. And is teaching his son some pretty fancy moves. So we're looking forward to that. Stephanie, hey, happy Friday. Glad you're here. If you are popping in, do me a favor and please share this out, subscribe, and like. Pappy has a full moon with, I don't know,
The skull.
a skull with sunglasses, a very cool skull with sunglasses. That's what he has on his shirt. And
But this cover really adds a few pounds to you.
yeah, sexy
It
voice.
is kind of like a
Yeah.
parabola.
Yeah, sexy voice Brian is trying to figure out how to get volume while he's driving to listen to the show as well. And he's a great, speaker. He really has a lot of great things to say. So one day when he's not driving, he'll be able to chime in and.
Volume. The volume too low?
No, he's driving, so I guess kind of trying to drive and trying to set it up at the same time is challenging for him, I'm going to assume. And I would really appreciate you just being safe and driving and, not getting in trouble for trying to watch the show and drive at the same time. So if anybody is out there right now and they are struggling, please, pop into the comments if you are on your phone, laptop, or computer, because you do have that ability to chat. Or you can give us a call in at 267-737-8031, and we can talk to you. We do have the live chat available, and when we're not live, it also is an information line or a helpline. So if you need somebody to talk to and things are, you're struggling with anything, I'm always available. So just pop in at that phone number, leave me a message if I do not answer, or if I pick up, we can chat with whatever you need to chat with. If anybody has any information on any type of events that are coming up, please let me know so I can pop it onto the page and let everybody know what's going on out there, especially for recovery, so that, we get it out there and people can get educated, because education is the greatest tool we have for this disease of addiction. And if you don't believe it's a disease, that's fine. It is what it is. I'm not going to fight you on it. I just, that's it. Like, I'm not going to fight you on it. Period. But, if you're struggling, please let us know. I know we have a really difficult time figuring out, you're stepping on that. Yeah, there you go. Figuring out how we can love our loved ones where they're at in their addiction. And especially when they're struggling. And when you can get a loved one into hey Sue, when you can get a loved one into recovery, that's amazing. But when you get them out and you're struggling, you've had those moments where they're really struggling and it's causing complete chaos in your life. Bringing them back home is probably not the best solution for you, but you have to do what you can live with. And I just want to put it out there that once you get them in the house, getting them out is so difficult. So, you have to really be strong with your boundaries and
Move the car.
be willing to, you have to really be willing to make those difficult decisions, because when you have a loved one that is struggling and they don't have a job, they don't have transportation, we have to remember that they have buses available. They have, you can go to ProAct if you're in any of the areas that have the ProAct buildings. They offer a room for you to come in and get some resources. Find that computer room and fill out applications, learn how to do a resume, and find employment or employers that actually have people there that can help you with job placement for those that have felonies, because a lot of times when you are somebody in recovery and trying to seek a job, that can be that one wall that you hit all the time. And they have information for you. Check with the legal resources out there that can help you through that. But there are places that can help you through that. There are organizations that can give you that information as well. And I'm trying to get connected with some of those organizations or those lawyers or what have you that can help me get that information out to loved ones that need to clear up, their past history from things they did during their addiction. So that is an important key into recovery. That is such a hard task for them to get through. It's so difficult to get back on your feet when you have been struggling. And a lot of times, check with where, if you're doing very well in your recovery, check with your rehabs and your institutions that deal with addiction. Maybe they can help you with employment. I mean, that's important that we get employed and get some paper trails on employment after recovery so that you can find better job positions and start getting back into reality and doing the best that you can, because that is a difficult time for anybody trying to do the best they can to get back into the workplace to clear up the past history of their use. And I think our guests are arriving now. I heard the gate, but these are really hard paths that we have to get through. And these are the walls that we need to break down. The system is not easy. The system really fights against us a lot of times. So, if you have resources out there that can help me, help others, and post on my page, that would be awesome. I hear pitter patters of little feet. And I think it's Pappy because it's the big boots. So, although it could be John in his dancing boots too. But, these are things that I'm looking to be able to put on the show so that you can, get those resources and get that help that's so desperately needed today. And, if anybody out there has any, thing that they want to share, please put it into the comments or give us a call and see, and tell us about your journey, clearing up past, legal issues, because that's what we need to let people know, that this doesn't have to be a point where you are unable to move on because of legal issues. So we do have a caller coming in. Hello, caller.
Hello,
Hi.
it's Lori.
Yes, it is.
Hi, it's Dorothy.
Hey, Dorothy. How are you doing?
I'm just watching, and I want to ask you, with this pro-op or whatever it's called.
Yes.
My loved one is not into a program.
Right.
He's doing it on his own. Would they still help him?
Yes. Yes. If he goes in, they have one in Philadelphia. They have one in Bristol. They have one in Montgomery County. They have one in Chester. I believe that Chester is for women and children. And they have...
Is it Southampton Road over by Georgine? Isn't there one there?
No, that there is one on Veterans Highway. It's where it's right off of 95 Veterans Highway. You would make a right to get down there. There's a Taco Bell. It's right past there. It's up the street from, it used to be Walmart, but now it's some sort of liquidators.
Right. I think when I first met you, Lori, you were having meetings
Exactly.
there.
That's where you used to go, correct?
That's exactly where it was. I forgot that already. That was a
And
long
that's
time
where
ago.
my son could go there and sign up, and they would help him because I don't know how else to help him.
Yes, they can help him find employment. He would just go in and he would sign up to be part of that that community center, and that's what it is. It is a community recovery resource center. So anything that has to do with anybody that is in recovery, they can help with.
That's great, because I was thinking that maybe he has to be into a program to go there, but he's doing this on his own.
And everybody has their own path to recovery, and they happen to be open to whatever path they choose as long as they are staying in recovery, but they can help them as well stay on that path.
I remember seeing that place when I came to talk with you and Pappy, and I thought that was wonderful. I know they have a computer room. I remember seeing that and all.
Yes, the computer room you would have to go into in order to get where we were having our meetings. So in the beginning, and then we moved to the little room. But yeah, that's and they have the. They also do the Narcan giveaways as well. They do a education. They teach you how to administer it, and they will give you a free Narcan as well. And I think it's this coming week that they have a Narcan handout, and let me see. It is on Narcan training and distribution event is from 4 to 8 p.m. on Tuesday the 11th at the PROAC building at 1286 Veterans Highway. It is Suite D6A. It's like the middle of the building, but that's a great place for anybody that is especially new to recovery, and they can help guide you through different things. They have nights where they do meditation, they have nights where they do meetings, they have drum circles. Stop it. They
Is there?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm very interested. I'm very excited about this. I
Yes.
just hope that I can get my loved ones to want to go.
Right. And they also have family education and family meetings. So, yeah, it's great for the person in recovery and the family as well. So, check that out. Take
Is there a phone number?
I will get that to you. Their phone number I have is 215 788
788?
3738.
I'm very much interested. I'm really excited about that. I hope, I hope my goal will be reached. I hope my loved one wants to go.
Well, call them up and find out if there's any specific days that they have job counseling or whatever. I mean, what the schedule is, and ask them what they can do for you. And tell them your situation. And
I will. I'm
we'll-
very excited about it.
Then we'll work on your loved one.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Good luck.
you're welcome. And
It's always great hearing from you.
yes, and if you go on to, they have every Monday, Musical Mondays, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Coffee and Conversation, 9:30 to 10:30. Drum Circle, 10 to 11 and 2 to 3. They have Life Skills from 11 a.m. to 12:30 and meditation.
Did I lose it? I think I lost it. Thank you.
Check, 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 check. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing, testing, check, check, check. We're back. We are back. Sorry about that, guys. We had a technical issue that Richard worked out, and we're back. Here we go. I just want to introduce to you John T. And he is a very good friend that we've known for years, and is doing recovery and doing an amazing job at it. He has come a long way. I didn't even know he had an issue because our bar closed down, so we weren't hanging out anymore.
Well, I was always a functional alcoholic,
Right,
so a lot of people didn't think I had a problem.
right,
I was able to put the drink down and perform my work duties at my job, and long enough to
Well, most exotic dancers do have a drinking issue to an extent. Like
Oh yeah.
when you worked at the Black Banana.
Hey, you look like a pretty smart guy. Is this elephantitis?
We go back way.
Yeah. So
get me water.
I was able to drink, and then do my job, and then drink again after work, until that got out of hand. Until I started doing other things. I started doing Percocets, and that made my alcohol get out of control. And in some way, I am grateful I became a pill popping drug addict, because if I didn't, I still might be in the bar somewhere, being a controlled alcoholic or functional alcoholic.
Functional, yeah.
So now, I'm grateful that happened. The bottom dropped out underneath me. I lost everything. Lost my job. Big brother came in, was watching, and I was taking my work van to the bar. And that only lasted so long when the GPS tracker's on you and people are watching you. And I kind of got fired on my day off, like that movie Friday. So I took the work van to the bar on a Saturday morning, and he came in on a Saturday morning, Big Brother, and swiped the keys off me, and that was the end of that really good job. And that was the beginning of the end. My life became, as the 12 steps, step 1, my life became unmanageable. It got out of control, and I couldn't, and I needed some help. I lost everything. My wife had enough of me, which I don't blame her, and she left, and I stopped paying the bills and all that other stuff, and the foreclosure came in on my mortgage, and that house was gone. My wife, my ex-wife, got up and left. She moved to Bristol, took the kids and moved to Bristol, and I didn't want to be in my house no longer, so I moved in with my aunt. And they didn't want nothing. Not that they didn't want nothing to do with me. I just didn't bring anything to the table. So I was just pretty much a consumer over there. I didn't have a job. I lost my job. Everything was gone. I started doing other things too, other than Percocets. And that was over. I got 6 years. 2 Wednesdays ago. I was at September 21st.
Awesome.
September 21st, 2016 is when I had my last drug and alcohol. I walked into the last stop. My dad, I was kind of tricked. It gets good. My dad I was tricked into sobriety, sort of, and I'm grateful for it. I resented my dad. I really didn't want nothing to do with him. And I knew that he had a friend in Montana, and I thought a different location was going to fix me. So I was on board with that. So he came and got me, and he used Montana as the bait to get me in his truck. So I got in his truck, and I thought a different location was going to fix me, running away from my problems, running away from my kids. Yeah, that's a big man idea. You know what I mean? That's what real men do, right? But little that I know, he dropped me off at the last stop.
Tuck and roll, bub.
Yeah. Yeah, that night he dropped me off the last stop, and he says, "You're going to have to hang it up here until I figure out how I'm going to get a ticket to you to Montana." I'm like, okay, so I'm believing him, like, you know. So, and then he turned around and he pulled up to the last stop, and I started putting things together, like, you know, I'm like, wait a minute, man, I think this is a recovery place. So he drops me off there, and he says to me before he pulls away, he says, "If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere." And he drove away. I'm like, you jerk off. So that made me...
Belly of the beast.
Yeah, that made me even resent him a little bit more. But that was the best thing that ever happened to me. He dropped me off there, and I've been sober ever since. It's amazing. I haven't even... Like, some people, they dibble and dabble. They'll have a drink here and there, and they stop and go back into sobriety. But I didn't even touch anything. I don't have no alcohol, no drugs in my body at all. And for 6 years plus now. He dropped me off. I missed my dad. He passed away. My dad's so cool. I didn't realize. We go to a lot of meetings. He's a very religious guy. They call him Jesus Jack.
Jesus Jack, I love it.
Tell you a funny story. We were in a meeting. I was in a meeting with him. And at the end of the meeting, somebody come flying across the room and say, "Hey, are you that guy that they call Jesus Jack?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm the guy they call Jesus Jack." And they go, "Well, who are you?" I said, "You haven't heard of me? I'm the guy they call John the Baptist." Right? My dad was laughing the whole day. He thought that was so funny.
That is
I
funny.
thought of that at the top of my head. He was cracking up the whole day. Another time, we were down at, Dad's a big Trump fan, so we were down at the convention down there in Wildwood.
Well, I know you're a Biden fan, so.
Yeah, you know, that's wrong. So we're down,
Your own rule, Lord.
right, we're down there, and there's all kinds of people down there, and there's a professional photographer down there. And he comes flying up to me and my dad, and he says, "Hey, can I shoot you?" I says, "Yeah, absolutely." He says, "No, not you, the holy man in the biker jacket."
Holy man. The shaman.
Oh, I'm like, wow, man, I said, my dad's pretty cool. I was like, yeah, so I really miss my dad a lot. I miss they tell you to buy a suit in recovery. And they were right about that. Not going to weddings, going to funerals. I lost
Yeah.
a lot of friends.
Unfortunately, yep.
I lost a friend, a close
Well, you
friend.
met an old friend.
Yeah, yeah.
In the belly of the beast. Where did we run into each other?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm down there doing some outreach, working with people, and
Oh, that's right. Yes. Now I just
and I
realized
look
we were talking
over, and
about.
who do I see in the place I'm in? John, I go,
Yeah.
and we have this thing we always do with each other, a joke from years ago, and I say the joke, he turned around and goes, "Oh my God, you're like the last person I ever expect to see down here." Because we didn't see each other for years.
Yeah. I actually used to drink with Lori and Pappy in
Yeah.
the Mercury Saloon.
Back in the
Yeah.
day.
Back
And
in
it
the
was
day.
funny because we were down there for outreach, and I saw you walk through, and I'm like, "Johan, isn't that?" And I'm like, "I wonder why he's here." Like, duh.
Yeah.
Little do we know he was the son of Jesus.
Oh my God, you're funny. That is so funny. It's amazing how you could throw your life away in about a month, and it takes almost a lifetime to get it back. It's hard work, man. Just last year, I mean, it's year by year I get things back, and I'm still working on getting things back. Like I just recently, my son. This is John, everybody.
This is
my son.
Junior.
We hang out a lot now. We see each other all the time. I got off the stage of my 5-year reunion. I was speaking at the stop, and when I literally got off the stage, I'm walking down, and my son texts me. He says, "Hey, Dad, what do I got to do to see you?" I'm like, wow, if that's not God. And
Yeah.
you know what? A lot of it's my fault because my ego gets in my way a lot. My pride and my ego. So I swallowed my pride and my ego to talk to my ex-wife to get so I could see my son. But why I'm telling you this is because I could have seen him a lot sooner. And I didn't. And I didn't do that. I let my ego and my pride and my resentment toward my ex-wife get in my way of that. And it's not my kid's fault. It was my fault. But it's better, better late than never, right? He's in my life now. We do a lot. We go everywhere.
Literally, they do a lot.
A lot more than I do.
I don't know if I'm trying to make up for lost time, but you know what?
You
What
know?
I'm trying to make up for is all the things I talked about when I was in a bar and I didn't do anything.
Right.
I was the biggest procrastinator you could ever think of. I talked about things I wanted to do. I'm like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I really never did them.
Right.
Now I'm sober. It's like, people are like, they're like, where are you going, John? I'm going to take a ride down the shore. Well, why? Because I can. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. I mean, you know what I mean? What I mean by little, you get back. I just recently got a passport. Mm-hmm. I wasn't able to get a passport. I've been trying to get a passport for a couple of years, and I wasn't able to get a passport because I owe child support arrears. Mm-hmm. And they won't give you a passport in the state of Pennsylvania if you owe child support arrears. That has to be 0. Some states you can if they see you paying, but Pennsylvania has to be 0. So I paid off over $10,000 within a couple years of back child support. Now I finally got my passport. What's nice about a passport, it's like that's another sense of freedom. There's no limitations now. I can go anywhere I want. If I decide I want to go out of the country and go somewhere really nice, you know what I mean? But there's a really lot of beautiful things that we do in our own backyard, and that's what I do with my son. We try to do all kinds of things. I want to eventually get him to go places further, like maybe that would, flying. That might be involved flying and stuff like that. But we did a lot of things. I take him indoor skydiving. He was doing that for a while. That was pretty cool, right, Johnny?
I wanted to try that. How many horsepower is that thing?
I don't know, man. That thing blows up pretty fast, and they look like they're superheroes, and they're flying around, and he's really gotten that good.
Well, it depends how you weigh. Like,
I know. I just wondered if I'd get off the ground.
They weigh them all, and then they go by their weight. So when they go in there, they ramp that thing up. The thing's like a variable speed.
Right.
They can ramp
They
it
get
up.
in there, they bank a 747 in and rev up them motors.
Yeah.
So his center torque would be a lot higher than the head and the feet.
I want an Elvis jumpsuit, a white one.
at first that's scary, but like after you do it like twice or more, it's not really that scary.
Yeah.
At first, like it was like scary, but like after like the second time, like I didn't want to do it the second time, but after the third time, yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
They're like, relax. I'm like,
Awesome.
how can you relax? There's snot going up your
Yeah.
I tried going on the moon fast,
Face.
and that man yelled at me. He was very rude and told me not to come back.
What else we do? We went to
Crystal Cave.
the groundhog. We went and seen the groundhog.
Yes.
He's
We
like,
don't like him.
he's like, Dad, can we come here every year? I'm like, absolutely not. I'm freezing.
Yeah. Not until I buy some really warm gear.
Yeah.
I know
We went to Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
I know Crombar wants to do the groundhog thing.
Yeah. We might go again. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna dress for the occasion. I'm gonna get me a big jumpsuit, maybe heated one.
And maybe heated shoes.
Yeah.
I want to
and-
see him one of them top hats.
They're pretty cool. Those guys. They all.
Yeah, they say it's pretty wild
It is.
up there.
They party. It's like
Yeah.
they're up. They're walking around there at 3:00 in the morning, right, Johnny? What time do we have to get up?
1 o'clock.
1:00 in the morning, and we were there at 3.
Uh-huh.
They let everybody in Gobbler's Knob at 3:00.
Yeah,
And that was
We got there like 2:30.
yeah. That was pretty wild.
that's awesome.
I
That's
gotta
awesome.
say, nothing ever good come out of Jersey, but this pizza's pretty good. So I might have to retract that statement.
Is it hot or cold? Like, I'm like going to get one a slice.
You gonna get a slice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a slice.
Well, that's another thing. Johnny, he helps me I do side work at a pizza store for extra money, so me and Johnny could do some fun things. And I got him a job, and he busts his tables there, and he makes some money. And tell him what you did. What did you do last 2 weeks ago? What did you do? Open what up?
I opened a savings account.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I made him open a savings account so he could start putting his money away.
Yeah.
So, for a rainy day or whatever, he's going to use it. Maybe buy a car when he gets 16 years old or
Preschool.
something. Or,
Buy me something pretty,
yes. Or something.
Possible.
possibly.
Uh,
You can take your dad to the dance.
yeah.
There you go.
Oh, by the way, are the tickets on sale yet?
Yes, they do, and I have them.
Okay.
How
Yep.
much?
$35.
But like,
A
you're gonna give us like
person.
a discount, right?
Huh?
But like, you're gonna give us like a discount,
That is
right?
the discount.
Yeah, no.
35
'cause
is
35 is 35 a piece.
yeah, no.
So you better work really hard for those baskets. 'cause
My
we're
dad's
getting-
paying for it. What you talking about?
Yeah, we're getting some big baskets together, hopefully. So, yeah, they're
Bro,
good.
we never won. I swear. We
Well,
only won once.
Jackson and I, the last dance, Jackson was with us, and she won a lottery scratch-off basket, and we were scratching away, and we had won like $68. I was so excited. Like, that is so cool.
Isn't the next one in November?
Yes, November 19th.
My sister's birthday 2 days before.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So,
Maybe I'll get some tickets off you tonight.
yes.
Start.
Yes,
Don't lose
and
'em.
please let
Yeah.
me know if you need any because,
They
I
sold
want to
out
try to
quick.
get some and give back.
Right.
Give them to people that.
Ask Eddie to go.
Yeah.
Eddie.
Oh well. yeah.
Eddie was, he had a good time.
He could not stop talking about that for like days.
Really.
He's like,
well,
oh, he's like, dude, I had such a great time. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's great.
and it is. It's a good time. This is our third dance. This is our anniversary dance because it was a year ago that we
Yeah.
started
I was there,
this. Yep. And that's when you were afraid to get out on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And now we can't get them off the dance floor.
Yeah, he likes
So,
to dance now.
Yeah. And last dance, Christmas in July, he helped me with my granddaughter because she came with me, and she's coming with me in November as well. So it's a good time. It's a lot of fun, and the nicest thing about it is, after all is said and done, whatever we make off of that goes to the Living Grin Scholarship Fund to help the next person who is unable to get the funding that they need to get into recovery, and that's important. And I'm so glad that you're with us tonight too, because do you want to say anything
About what? Like,
what you've gotten back from your father's recovery?
yeah. Like, it kind of changed my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're the boy
Yeah.
and raised by mom, and now you have dad. He's going to teach you how to shave and how to be kind to your girlfriends. Are you dating yet?
Yeah.
You are. Better
We,
get that savings account going, boy.
I got the pleasure to meet the girl that he's dating. Her name's Maddie, right? What's her name? Madison?
Maddie, yeah.
Maddie. And he's like, Dad, can we take her skating with us? I'm like, yeah, sure. So we went skating, and I got the chance to meet her mom too. The mother wanted to meet me and make sure that we were
Right.
we're not, we're okay.
Weirdos.
Yeah, we're not weirdos or anything. So, yeah, I'm definitely a weirdo.
No.
Yeah. So, so we went skating. We had a good time, right? So maybe you can ask her and we can bring her to the dance.
Sure.
Huh?
Sure.
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 Yeah, but I gotta pay that, right?
What?
It's like the right thing to do. Just pay for.
Her
It is-
ticket,
It
yes.
is the right thing to do. You don't let her pay,
Yeah, got you.
or Dad's gonna have to pick up on the bill.
Yeah. Well, there's 3 tickets for that. You might have to bust a little harder next week.
What are you talking about? I make way more than that.
Yeah.
Well, he did make more money than me one night
Yeah.
in tips.
That's cool.
I'm making way more money than $35.
That,
$30-something.
there you go. And that's awesome.
Yeah, but he
Teaching on
doesn't
young.
work every day.
No.
But there are a lot.
Twice a week.
Sorry. Hello there. I am on YouTube. I'll send you the
I'm gonna get a
I'll
slice.
send you the link.
You want a slice of pizza? No, I'm okay.
Okay.
I don't, I'm gonna eat
All
it
right.
here or over there.
Bye bye.
Well, just eat it. I guess you could eat it over there.
That is Dr. Yvonne K, who is an awesome person, and she said, I'm trying to find you and I can't.
Ugh.
So I'm sending her the link now so that she has it, because she's an awesome woman. She, oops, I didn't want to do that. Nope, stop it. That's not what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Dr. K speaks at Living Grin.
Okay.
Will you stop? Why does it keep doing that? Message, mobile. I don't know which one is her. I'm hitting message, so let's see, send message. There it is. That's her. I think that's her mobile, so we'll send that, and hopefully she can find it. But that's Dr. K. She has called in before and talked with us, and I wish she had heard your story because she's awesome. She's awesome. On Sundays, she does a virtual talk with the patients at Living Grin.
Oh, okay.
She used to come in person. I believe she may have gone through Living Grin herself. And she does reach out to the patients there at Living Grin on Sundays. She talks with them and, helps them, understand that there is, recovery
There's a way
after.
out.
Yeah. And she's awesome. She's funny as hell. And she has called in and joined us on the show via phone. And offers a lot of great support. So, can you hear him? Yes, Pappy's voice travels. So, but it's so great because when we started this, when this all started,
I was originally part of the cast.
yes, and it was through my phone and my kitchen table. So.
Yeah, we did the first few weeks in your kitchen.
Yeah.
In your kitchen.
Yep. Yep.
That's-
And now we're on 84. Is it, son? Yeah. 84. We're on show 84 now. And John was involved the first maybe 12 shows.
Yeah.
Maybe.
A few, well, I think it might have been less than that, but yeah,
Less-
it was a few.
Yes. And then he ended up getting another job. It was like, listen, dude.
Well, I want to do some fun. I want to do some fun stuff, and it's kind of
Yes.
hard with
Yep.
with child support and bills
and bills and
would like to make a little extra cash so I could do something with Johnny, like taking places
yes.
that we never been, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so now taking girlfriends with you.
Oh yes, to the Harvest Moon.
The one girlfriend.
I got my shirt on.
Yes, he
That's probably a little dirty. We're coming from the pizza store.
does it different, and
Yeah.
I love it.
They say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I used to do that all the time. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why ain't anything changing? Mm-hmm. Nothing was changing because I kept doing the same thing.
Exactly. That's
So a lot of people ask me, how are you doing, John? I'm like, I'm doing different.
Yep.
So
Number 12.
And I got my favorite number in the
Number
the
12.
AA thing
I
there.
wonder
Yeah.
who made that.
Huh?
I wonder who made that.
My ex-wife made it for me.
Awesome.
We're friends. We talk a lot. That wasn't always the case. I just, had to. Sobriety. I got to keep working on sobriety. I mean, things always arise, and I got to work on. It's like I was just saying that you could. you never get it back all in one shot. You just gotta keep working
You
hard
got
at
to
it.
work on it because you got
And-
to learn to live on life's terms.
A lot of people say, well, you got today. Well, yeah, I do, but to me, having 6 years is very important to me because it's the best thing I ever did for myself. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to ever let something like that go. I mean, that's kind of like an incentive to me.
Right.
A lot of things. My son, we do all kinds of cool stuff. I don't want that ever to go away. I know the signs when I'm drifting off somewhere else, like when I'm not doing something I'm not supposed to be. I could recognize those signs because now I got a head full of AA. They say a lot of people when they relapse, God forbid. I know I'm not bulletproof, but I have no thought of alcohol or drugs anymore. It's like I don't even want it. I don't even care about it. Mm-hmm. But they say a mind full of AA and a belly full of booze just doesn't mix. Well, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know. I hope I never find that out. But but what helps me when I'm not feeling good or I'm not feeling right, a mindful AA. I got the tools now. I know what's going on when something's happening within myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And my loved one, like, it was like, oh, CA is the best, NA is the best, da, 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 da. That AA, that's old heads, blah, 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 blah. You know, I can't get into that. But, once he found AA, he found that he could do better.
Right.
And that's awesome. That's awesome to be able to do that. Everybody's looking for the link. But that's awesome that, AA, I don't care how old they are, it's not shitting around. It's not, it's not, okay, so you relapse. So you slipped. Like, it's all right. You can do better. No, why did you do it?
well, yeah. Well, I agree. I don't think it's okay because if I tell people, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. That gives them almost an incentive to go back out there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Why? Well, let's work on why you went out and what you did. 6 years I've been roaming around Kensington, and people will be like, "Wait, where'd you get sober at?" I'm like Kensington. They're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." When I was in the stop, people they would come up to me and they'd be like, "Hey, John, you got any kids?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got 4." They're like, "All by the same baby mom?" I'm like, "Yeah, is that unusual?" They're like, "It is in Kensington."
Kensington, yeah.
So, well, anyway, for what I see, 6 years roaming around there, like a lot of people relapse. The number one thing I think people relapse is because they still have something hanging over their head.
I think that is so true. I think it really is.
A lot of people say that it's like resentments and all that other stuff. What I see is people are still in trouble with the law or whatever. There's something going on, something not good going on inside their head, and they just can't. Like I had a friend of mine. I'm not going to say her name because we're on the show and anonymity. But she was in trouble with the law, and she was running from the law. She couldn't understand why she would get a couple months and then she would go out and relapse. I'm like, well, blah, blah, blah. I said, I think you need to go take care of, what's going on.
Right.
I think you feel like you're not free. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Excuse me. You're not free, and and you're probably thinking, oh well, what, screw it, I'm just gonna drink or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I just can't. You know what I mean? Because I'm in trouble or whatever.
Right.
Another one is a lot of people get in their relationship right off the bat.
Yeah.
I see that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it doesn't work. Sometimes it does.
Yes.
I mean, but very seldom.
Very seldom.
Very little. I'm not,
Very seldom does that. And the funny thing that it's not funny, but a lot of that relationships is they're addicted to helping other, finding people with baggage and thinking that
Oh, yeah.
they're going to save them and they are the answer.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of them have that addiction as well.
You got to remember, you're trying to clear up your problems. Now you're inviting somebody else's problems with your problems.
Yeah.
So
And it's not
kinda
always good.
It's not good. I mean, and then now you got to hear what's
Yeah.
going on with them. It's
Yeah.
like, well, what about me? I got this going on over here.
Right.
I mean, and then those two minds started, and the next thing you know, boom, they're out to the races.
Yeah. And that's what I say, life on life's terms. Like, you got to come out of rehab and then figure out, how to deal with all the baggage you created.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, it's not. Here's the other thing. It's not easy cleaning up your street.
no.
People are in debt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got the law is chasing them. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people go into recovery back there in the Kensington to hide from the law. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's warrants for people's arrest, so they're hiding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's people hiding.
And a lot, and they see a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of really sad, scary stuff that they have seen or have gone through, and it sits here.
Oh,
and
yeah,
until they get that out.
I
know?
always say when I'm in a meeting and I'm like, well, sometimes Eddie will ask me to chair the meeting and I'll chair it. And like, I'll be like, is there anybody that needs to get anything off their chest? I mean, it's not a cure, but it helps a lot to get that out. It's like, I think AA is like waste management. You got a bunch of trash inside your head that you need to dump.
Yep.
And that's what you do. I dump my trash off at the AA meeting, and don't get me wrong, it's not a cure, but it helps a lot. It makes me feel a lot better when I'm walking out of that meeting.
Yeah. Especially for men. Like, they keep that in.
Oh yeah,
because
we will never admit that we're lost when we're driving down the street. You know what I mean?
right, exactly. and exactly, and a lot of stuff happens when you're in your, addiction.
A lot like what I was talking about, the pride. A lot of people they don't want to swallow their pride. You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
that's a tough thing for some of us.
That shame, that guilt.
Oh
that,
yeah.
That's hard. Shame, guilt, because, All right, Dr. K. I know you have to hit sponsor or something. Is it sponsor? When they get on the show? Subscribe, not sponsor, subscribe. So there you go. But yeah, like, men keep that stuff in.
Yeah.
And
A lot of people they keep stuff bottled up inside, and it just keeps on top. You know what I mean? It's just
yeah, and if you're not releasing it, then that's just burning inside of you. And I don't know if you're a journaler. Is that a word?
Sure.
Journaling, when you're like writing it down, like.
What do you mean, like
Like when you're like, I always tell family members, like, when it's 3:00 in the morning, you don't know where your loved one is, you're worried, sick, you're, you don't know if they're alive, they're dead, like, you're just, and you can't sleep, and it's, your head's just spinning, and you don't want to call anybody at 3:00 in the morning.
well, a lot of people like anxiety. I mean, you're always worrying. You're always worrying about things that that didn't happen yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your mind is racing all the time.
Yeah, but
Yeah, a lot of people's minds race. They need to. It's like you need to slow down and quiet the brain up. It's,
Now
it's racing all over the place
Right.
when you first started getting.
did you ever
recovered.
do journals or gratitude?
I did that when I was at the stop. I would make a list and all that other stuff, but not having lately.
Because I know, especially for the families, that's a nice thing to do at 3:00 in the morning, when you're not going to call somebody and say, "Listen, this is how I'm feeling, and I can't stop worrying, and I can't stop thinking, and what am I going to do?" Then you journal. You write your feelings. You write what you're feeling, and where do you think it's going from there, and getting that stuff off your chest, whether you talk it out or whether you write it out, like just to get it lifted from where
Well,
it's sitting.
Yeah, well, I guess I don't write anything down when I'm at a meeting or before I go to a meeting or anything. I just let it out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's some people that just I don't know. I think
That
I
can't.
think they got a script or something. They're like reading a script because I'm like, man, that's beautiful, man. here's your Oscar.
Yeah,
I
but
just like to tell what's coming from
Well,
the
from
heart,
the
man.
heart, yeah.
I don't make anything up. I don't have a script.
yeah, it's
I don't know. I just whatever's bothering me at that moment that I need the most, I just let it out.
and that's awesome that you have that release, that you can do that without having that fear.
Yeah, a lot of people are shy. They don't, when they're at a meeting, they won't speak up because we get it. You know what I mean? You don't, you're there for the first time. You don't, you know what I mean? So it's important for like the people that have some time to like actually approach them or whatever before or after the meeting and talk to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? 'Cause a lot of times that doesn't happen. The person comes in there and they don't say a word, and then they just go right back out
Right.
the door, and no one said a word to them. So
Right.
it's very
And-
important for like I would say alumni
Right. Exactly.
to approach that person and say, hey, how are you? How's it going, man?
I was you once.
I've been
and-
there, man. I know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't do it for you, but I could show you the way out.
Exactly.
You know what
exactly.
I mean? You know what I mean? It's-
That's like the most important thing
Yeah.
is to being able to show the way out.
It's
how
up to that person. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? A lot of people, for me to get right, I had to hit my bottom.
Right.
And my bottom was homeless, no job, no insurance, nowhere. You know what I mean? That was my bottom. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Some people's bottoms are different.
Uh-huh.
I think it works the best when you have absolutely nothing.
It is.
I mean, I'm not trying to. But
and everybody's bottom is
Yeah.
different, and a lot of bottoms have the trap doors where they're just not getting. The family looks at it like, oh my gosh, this is their bottom. They lost their job. Well, nope.
right.
We have to lose the house and the
Oh,
kids,
well,
and
that's what happened to me. For me
Yeah.
to get right.
yeah, and there's always a trap door if you're not working the program.
I really didn't want to get sober. I like being drunk. I like being high. But I knew I had to. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I knew I had to do it. I had to do something.
And a lot of people have that fear because of the pain of detox.
A lot of us don't like.
that pain.
A lot of us don't like the person that's inside them
Exactly.
sober.
Exactly.
And that's what the 12 steps is designed for.
Number 12. That's his number.
That's my number. See, God talks to me through 12s. I see 12s, and what's the other number I see, Johnny?
21.
All right, what's your number?
21.
21.
All right, my number's 12. His number's 21.
Yeah.
And I see that number like at an alarming rate every day.
Yeah. So that's also,
And my birthday's December 12th. 12
there you go. 12 12.
1970.
You can't beat 12.
12 steps. 12 everything.
And we're friends on Facebook too. So what's awesome is like every day he'll
You see all my 12s.
Yeah, the
And
12s
that's
are
not
everywhere.
even a fraction of what I see.
Right.
I mean,
right.
every time it's like crazy.
Right.
There's no other numbers. I see 12.
And I just want
I
to
don't know if it's my subconscious picking up on the number,
right.
but
I'm
it's like
sure
I'll turn over and boom, there's a 12.
I think it's God speaking to you.
I think it is too. I think
And it's funny because at the dance, we always have reserved tables, and John had gotten a table. I think it was the first one, and he was like, "Check that out! I'm at table 12," and I'm like, "Yeah." He didn't notice that there were no numbers on any of the other tables.
Right.
I
Yeah.
was just messing with them, but he was the only one that had a number on his reserve spot.
see
I'm
that's
like,
Facebook for you. See?
yeah, I said
She's like,
I have to put a 12 on his
It's
his
probably
thing.
her husband Pappy that made her do it.
Well, we have 10 minutes. Do you have somebody else coming in tonight? We have 10 minutes left of the show. I'm so glad that you got to squeeze in here.
Oh yeah, I told the guy at the P. I was like, you mind if we cut out early? I want to do a podcast. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
I'm like, can I get a couple pizzas for? Yeah. So,
He's awesome, but I've been trying to get him in here, especially for his 6 years. That's awesome. That's amazing, and bring him back in and let him share his story. And it's so awesome that he has his son here with him. Great kid, always such a fun father and son group. So
hit the switch on the side of your phone.
I know. Tell John Betty Ann Phillips says hello.
Oh, hi Betty. How are you?
Jimmy Phillips's wife.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
A long time no see.
Yeah. She pops
Except
in.
my friend on Facebook.
Yes. she pops in whenever she can.
Oh,
and
cool.
she's always here. And
I remember Betty Ann and Jimmy
yeah.
from
Yeah.
the old watering hole.
Yeah. the Merc.
The Mercury salute.
The Mercs for jerks.
Yep.
Bobs are slobs.
75-cent mug of beer. No.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's it's crazy how things come around.
Yeah.
Like it's just, but just it was just so funny. Like I guess it was funny, but when I Pat, like, I wonder why he's here. Like
Yeah.
it was just
Yeah,
like,
I had to stop.
well,
Yeah.
why wouldn't he be here? Like,
Yeah, Eddie's my dad's friend. I never knew Eddie existed. I thought he was one of the patients, Eddie. And here he's the guy that owned the joint.
Yeah.
That's the guy. I'm like, huh?
yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, and let me tell you, if you can get sober at the last stop, you can get sober anywhere.
Yeah,
like anywhere.
And there's a lot of truth behind that.
Yeah.
Because there's the devil's in the backyard over there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's...
it is. It's around the corner,
Yeah,
and
there's so much temptation. Yeah, I don't...
I have a friend that will be speaking. That he was asked to speak there, so you may be there the night he speaks. We don't know, but you never know who it is that will be, that you'll be catching up with. You sat with them at the dance.
Okay.
So,
cool.
they were asked to
okay.
speak there, and he said he's going to take the bus, and hopefully the person that asked him to speak will give him a ride.
Well, if you need... what day, he's going to speak?
I'll let you know if
I would be more than happy to give him a lift.
yeah.
If he wants, if he needs a lift.
Yeah. So you know who I'm talking about, so you can let me know on what day you're going to speak down there, and you may see John there.
Yeah.
A good dude, and
If anybody ever needs a lift, I'll be more than happy to give somebody a lift or whatever they need.
yeah. Last stop is kind of scary for me, so
Well, it's a reason why they call it the last stop.
and yeah,
there's a lot of truth behind that because
Yeah.
it's a pretty rough place.
it is that street alone is
Well,
one of the scariest
when
down there.
first I walked in that place, I was sleeping on the floor in the clubhouse. In
Mm-hmm.
the clubhouse, I mean, they turned the clubhouse into the where you sleep,
Recovery,
the sleeping
yeah.
quarters.
Yeah,
So-
and that's when it was on.
That's
Like-
2440 Kensington, down,
Yeah.
a little bit down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Mm-hmm. And I think that's another thing I appreciate. I value my sobriety, what I went through to get
To
sober.
get sober.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's rough.
Yeah. If and that's true. If you can
And
make
I
it there,
would-
you can make it
I
anywhere.
would say to people, I hope I never relax. I don't want to ever have to come through here again.
Yeah.
When I was at the stop saying this, and I wasn't saying nothing bad about it. It's just rough.
Right,
I don't
it's a
want. I
rough-
don't want to have to ever go through that
Yeah.
again ever.
Because they didn't have like things like equine therapy or
No,
massages.
it wasn't passages. You're not going to Florida and taking a vacation.
Yeah. You didn't
It's
have
hard. It's hardcore recovery,
you
man.
didn't have chocolates on your
Yeah,
pillow
are
when you
you
came back
okay?
in. Yeah.
It's like-
You poor baby.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
What can I get for you?
I had nobody there to enable me because nobody cared about me, or at least I thought. You know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of times, parents they'll baby their. It's like, you gotta go. You don't-
Guilty.
yeah, I'm just saying. It's like,
Guilty.
and they don't realize they're enabling the
Right.
person their
Exactly.
kid that needs help.
Right.
It's like you're doing what you shouldn't be doing.
Well, I know you're working tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
The speaker is tomorrow at 12.
What, 12 in the afternoon?
Noon.
Oh, maybe I'll be able to go to it.
12 noon
12 noon at the stop?
at the stop. He's waiting for
You'll be there.
he'll be waiting for
'cause
a call back.
I got the pizza store at 4, so. Means
So-
I gotta go at 4, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
On
he's
Sunday.
he's
Mark.
supposed to speak. He's waiting for the call back,
Okay.
but he was supposed to speak. And he was telling us the story how he got invited and everything. And it was really funny because the other day, Pappy was leaving for work and I hear him talking outside and there's this guy in the Ride for Recovery hoodie. And,
Oh, okay.
and I thought it was Amazon because they kind of like deliver all day to our
Well, they
house.
do a lot of outreaches down there, too.
Yeah.
The last stop would open up the doors and let them use the last stop for outreaches.
Right. Well, this was in front of our house just the other day.
Oh, okay.
And Pappy said like, "Oh, nice shirt. Where'd you get that?" Well, here Pappy was wearing last year's Ride for Recovery shirt,
Oh.
and this guy had this year's Ride for Recovery shirt hoodie, and it was just funny because I'm like, was that the Amazon guy like coming and dropping like I didn't get a package.
It's funny. I was going out with a girl and I had her shirt made up just like this, doing different, right? And then she turned for the worse and relapsed. Her, God, I hope she's fine now. But what I'm getting at is I'm down in Kensington and I see this person walking by and they got my shirt on, doing different. I'm like, okay. So she must have gave it to somebody and they were wearing it. So
Yeah.
I see my own shirt.
Yeah, we Pappy used to work for a company that would give you really nice coats. I mean, really nice. You could go to Greenland and be warm, and it's just so funny because every now and again, a month later, you'd be down there, doing some outreach, and there's the coat going by, and it's like, if his boss saw that, he'd probably cringe.
Oh my gosh.
But it was funny. It was just great. But I'm like, was that the Amazon guy? He's like, no, it's the druggy buggy from around the corner.
Oh my God.
So I was like, oh, okay. I was just wondering, how that all started. And I was in Home Depot a couple months ago, and this guy comes by, old guy, he works there, and he's like, I really like your shirt. And I had my Live and Grin hoodie on, my Ride for Recovery 3 years ago. And I had my Cover Your Ears, my F Heroin
Oh, okay.
shirt
Yeah.
on underneath. And he's like, oh, I like your shirt. And I'm like, oh, thanks. Like, it's a great organization. And I was like, well, what do you like? The one in the hoodie or the shirt? He's like, both. I'm like, yeah. But he wasn't anyone in recovery. He goes to a church and they do a lot of outreach. But he was just like, this is great. That's great that you're doing what you're doing. And so it's nice. I my whole wardrobe is Live and Grin. It just or Proact or Never Surrender Hope. Like that's my wardrobe is nothing but recovery. And when I go out, it's everybody comments like they'll look at me like how many years do you have? Like I'm like, well, I have 7 years now, and I said, but I'm a mom.
Right.
And my loved one has 6.5 years, so That's awesome. So you guys are like right
Yeah.
neck and
Oh
neck.
yeah.
Yeah. So March 2016, right?
No,
well, no, you're September.
I'm September 21st. 2016. There's his number 20.
Yeah.
21 and 12.
Yeah,
They're
and
my
my
numbers,
loved one
everybody.
is March 16th of 2016. So it's, you know, it's a beautiful thing when you find that recovery. And
That's why I seen you at the stop.
yeah,
It's right around the same time. See?
yeah. Oh, you were fresh.
Yeah, I was fresh.
You were fresh because that's like we were starting.
Mm-hmm.
We were probably in it like a year at that point.
Yeah, you were doing things.
Yeah, we were
doing
doing
things down there.
for Angels in Motion, and we were meeting up with another organization that we wanted to do more of that, you know, hot food and not
Right.
just the little bags. So it was nice, you know, to do that, and it just got too much for me down there. Just seeing what I was seeing was too heavy for me. And Pappy continued for probably another year and a half after that, and that's when I said, you know, there's so much help out there for those that are suffering, and they're not ready.
Right.
But here's the family that's left behind, and they don't know where to go or who to reach out to. So that's why I geared things to that point. And that's what I did the show for, the families. And lo and behold, we have every aspect of recovery, of active use, of, you know, people that have overdosed here. So it's every aspect of, you know, substance use disorder. And that's what I like about it. So, with that being said, guys, it is 10:32. We will be back here.
Thank you for having us on.
Yes.
Always welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
If I get a chance, maybe I could like swing something with the schedule. Maybe I could drop by more often.
Yes. So
Yeah,
I just want
I
to.
enjoy coming here.
Yeah, I want to thank John and John for coming out, chatting with
And
us.
I want to pick some tickets up off you.
Yes, I have tickets. So if anybody else wants tickets, please reach out to me. I will.
Yes, it's a fun time. We have a really
Yes.
great time there.
Yes. It's $35, and it's a great time. So check it out. We will be back here next Friday. I do not have a guest lined up as of yet, but I'm working on that. Again, the 21st, we have John O. from Steps to Recovery that will be sharing his story and information on Steps to Recovery. The 28th, we have Barb that will be here sharing her experience, strength, and hope in her recovery. And then I will try and fill up November as well so that we can keep it rolling. So with that being said, everybody have a great week. We will be back here next Friday. Beware, be square. And oh, you're over there.
Remember, recovery works if you work it.
Yeah, so everybody have a great week. See you next Friday. Peace out.